The story I'm about to share with you is based on a true incident that happened off the seacoast of Georgia in a place now known as Ebo Landing. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. Freedom is in the water. 1803 was a very special day. For months there had been talk about this great ship that was coming across the ocean. Now they said that this ship had special cargo, human cargo. There was a lot of mixed emotion in the land. Because you see, the landowners, they were excited because for them, there were men and women who were coming. And those men and women would cook and clean. They would build and repair their barns and their homes, plant and harvest their crops, and even raise their babies. But for others who were once that special cargo, that human cargo, they weren't happy at all. They were very sad because for them they knew that those who were coming would only know how to work from sun up to sundown, and they would never know freedom. They would never be able to hold their babies and keep their babies. They would never be able to hold the love of their life because they were that special cargo that could be sold or killed at any time. Well, in the month of May, that faithful day, that ship, that magnificent ship rolled in and it docked. And everyone went down to the seashore to see this ship and that special cargo, including Aunt Liza. And she was standing there and she was looking around and she said to herself, "My Lord, this is a most peculiar day." Indeed it was. You see, it seemed as if Father Time had told Brother Sun to stand still and Sister Wind to stop moving her skirts. Finally, cargo was being unloaded. There was a little cabin boy. They called him Toby. They would say, "Toby, get that. Toby, get this." And he would run back and forth. Eliza was standing there. And suddenly, the hatch of that ship was open. And out from the belly of that ship came men and women, black as midnight. Igbo Africans. Despite the fact that they had been in that ship for months, they came up and stood in perfect military formations. Their shoulders were back, their heads was up, and they turned, but they didn't walk off. It was as if they were waiting for something or for someone. They were waiting for someone. They were waiting for their leader. Finally, she came up and she walked to the head of those Africans. And she proceeded to walk off the ship. And as she was walking off, Aunt Liza was looking and she said to herself, "My Lord, she sure can tote herself. Look at her. She walking like she royalty or something. I bet they stole them folks. As the leader began to walk to the shore, she looked around and she smelled the air. She did not smell the cooking pots. She did not hear the drums from her village. And she began to think, where am I? And as she was thinking, she began to think of the village. In the village that she used to live in, there were the elders. There were her parents. They were not here. There was the drums. They were not here. And she turned in the other direction and she began to think about her future, the love of her life that she would never see again. And then she thought, what will happen to my children and their children in this strange land? And then she looked back at those Africans behind her. And in their eyes, they were saying, home, home. You are our leader. Take us home. Then she remembered what the elders have told us, that when the body dies, the soul returns home. And with that, she began to walk into the ocean. And those Africans followed her one by one. A baby started to cry, and the mother put the baby to her breast to suckle, but she kept walking. The little cabin boy, Toby, he looked up and he saw them leaving, and he began to scream, oh, please, please, wait for me. And he started running. And as he started running, Eliza started running towards him. And she grabbed him and she says to him, you hold on to me and I hold on to you. And together we'll make it in this land of slavery. I stand here as a testament that indeed we survived in this land of slavery. My grandmother, Sarah Jane, survived. My father, Robert Sylvanus, survived. And my mother, Elizabeth, survived. And now I and my children and my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren will survive in this land of slavery. Freedom, freedom, freedom is in the water.